going on, guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Student Angling. On today's episode, we're going to be going over something that I think is kind of almost a rite of passage if you're going to be in the fishing YouTube community, and that is my 2019 rod and reel arsenal. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's start out with the boring stuff. We got the old spinning rod right here, and now I say boring, it's because I really just don't like fishing slow. I'm not a fan. I like to be cranking the reel. I like to be moving around. And with the spinning setup, it's really kind of, for the most part, it's going to be you're going finesse, you missed a bite maybe, and you really just want to slow down to see if you can get those picky fish. So what I have here is a 610 medium light action spinning rod. This is a Fate Black by 13 Fishing. It's a great rod. I definitely recommend. I think it retails for around $100. And it really is just an awesome rod. It's super sensitive, and if you see here, they actually extended the cork grip to go even past the reel. And that, what they want you to do with that is to hold it here, and that really just gives the rod a great balance. Let me get this lure up here so I can show you. But so yeah, if you hold it right there, as you can see, if I can get it, it is just perfectly balanced right there, which makes this, even though it's maybe not the lightest rod, it makes it super balanced and just something that you can fish with all day. I got a little Ned rig on here right now, just casting around. Really great cold water bait. But yeah, it's just awesome. I have on here the Shimano Sahara, which I think is a, let's see, oh, it's actually a 3000 size reel, which is kind of crazy for the size. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's a really great reel. It's a couple years old, but it's still super smooth. It still works well, has a good drag, nice and smooth as you can see, and yeah, it's just an awesome reel. I have 15-pound test braid on here with an 8-pound leader, and yeah, all around just a great spinning rod. This is actually my only spinning rod that I'm going to be using this year, and that's because, like I said, I don't use them that much, and so why spend money on something you're not going to use? So anyways, that's that. Let's get into the next rod. So next up, we have my crankbait rod. The reel on here, we'll start with that first. It's the first generation, not the first, but it's the older generation of the Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier. It's in the 5-gear ratio, 5-2 to 1, I think. It's got a great deep spool, so you can put a lot of line on there, make those big bombing casts with your crankbaits. And yeah, it's an overall great reel. Lasts me for, I think, 4 years now, so you really just can't go wrong. I've only oiled and lubed this thing up, and other than that, it's held up perfectly, so really happy with this reel. The rod I got this on is the Bass Pro Shops Crank and Stick. This rod right here retails for only, I think, $69.99, but for the price, it's just, you really can't beat it. A crankbait rod is something I really don't think I need to spend a whole lot of money on. It doesn't really matter how sensitive it is because, again, you're going to feel that bass when it's on there. It's just going to be a dead weight or a big strike, and you don't really need to be really feeling the bottom and feeling what you're going over to know what if you got a fish on or not. This is a 7-foot medium heavy. It's got a really nice tip, but then once you set the hook into the fish, it has that long parabolic bend, which really allows you just to fight the fish and keeps those treble hooks pinned, because if you've ever fished with a crankbait, you know that the fish like to shake the hooks, and that can be pretty gosh darn frustrating. So yeah, that's the cranking setup. I just got a little balsa crank on here, which is covered in moss, as you can see, or algae. But yeah, I'll use this for as I said, square bill crankbaits, deep divers, really whatever. This is a really versatile setup, and that's what I'm going to be using for my crankbaits this year. Next on the list is my heavy setup. I'm going to use this one for flipping, pitching. I'll even use it for a big swim bait, which is what I have on here now, and even some frogging and some heavier topwater lures. It's a 7'6" heavy Abu Garcia Vendetta, which retails for around $80. It's a great heavy rod. I haven't had any issues with it. I think this is the 2nd generation of this rod. Had it for about 2 years now, and I've had no problems. Caught a lot of bigger fish on it, and pulled them through it, heavy cover, and I haven't had any issues. No line, or I've had line breaks. Let's not kid ourselves, but no guide issues. Guides haven't broken on this. The tip is still great, and overall, I really enjoy this rod, and would definitely recommend it. The reel I got on here is actually one of the first ever bait casting reels that I ever purchased. It's a Lew's laser speed spool, and you might be thinking, I've never seen that on Tackle Warehouse. I've never seen that reel before. It sounds stupid. I don't think this is on Tackle Warehouse. A lot of the big tackle sites are not going to have this reel. It's basically your in-store product that a lot of, like, I got this one at Dick's. A lot of Dick's, Walmart, they're going to have that reel. I think it retails for around $79.99. So yeah, it's super inexpensive reel, but honestly, it's held up great for me, and I can't really ask more of it. I have on here 65-pound braid, which is perfect for those big swim baits or flipping heavy cover. Wouldn't ever go heavier than that. In fact, I might actually drop this down to 50-pound braid. But yeah, it's a great setup, and I'm looking forward to catching some massive fish on it this year. Let's get into the next one. Next up in my 2019 rod and reel arsenal, we have the Bass Pro Shops Bionic Blade. This is an older model. As you can see, I think the new ones have cork grips. This is an EVA foam grip handle, but it's got the micro grind. It's got a cool red color. I really dig the color of this rod. The 7-foot medium heavy rod. It's got a lot of good backbone. It's close to a heavy, I'd have to, if I'm being honest. And yeah, it's a great rod. It really will horse those fish in if you need to, but it'll also make those long bombing casts that you need to with that nice tip. So I really dig the rod because of that. And there's a helicopter, so we'll wait till this passes over. All right, I think we're good to go now. So, like I was saying, great rod, great for casting. I'm gonna be using this for jigs, mostly. I have on here, right here, it's got a little, I think it's a Terminator jig, and I got a little bandito bug on it. But yeah, I'll be using it for jigs, and yeah, that's about it. Maybe a little bit of flipping and pitching. It's got 20-pound test fluorocarbon on here, so that'll get through some heavy stuff. And yeah, so the reel I got on here is a Bass Pro Shops. I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of dig the Bass Pro Shops brand. I think they're affordable reels that will do a good job. So I got on here the Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Carbon Light 2.0. It's a long, tongue-twisting name, but I love this reel. The color is sick. The handle's awesome. Carbon fiber handle, aluminum frame. Really just, it's a great reel. I have it in the 6:2-to-1 gear ratio, which is good for flipping jigs. It's just right in the middle of the road, so it's a good all-around reel. And yeah, I dig it. I definitely recommend this reel. Caught me a lot of big fish, and it's held up well, so check it out. Next up on the list, we got the 13 Fishing Omen Black. This is the first generation of this rod. They've come out with new ones since then, which are great rods, but this one, I can't say anything bad about it. I've had it for, I think, 1.5 years now, something around there, and it's held up great. It's a medium action rod. It's 6'10", and it's really just a great overall rod. If I could only choose one rod to fish with for the rest of my life, it would probably be this one, just because it really covers everything if you really need it to, and I really like that about it. It's got a nice full cork grip handle, which I kind of like. I think it looks nice. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's a great rod. Definitely recommend. I think it retailed originally for $110, but I think I got this for $69.99 because of the newer model. And yeah, love it. The reel I got on here, you've seen it before in my first ever video actually. It's the Shimano SLX. Now, I have nothing bad to say about this reel. It's a dope reel. I have it in the 8:2-to-1 gear ratio, so it's super fast. If I cast something way out there and need to reel it in fast, it's quick. I mean, it's something like, I think almost 40 inches of line per turn. It's insanity. It's super cool, and I love it. It's super smooth. It feels, I don't know if you've ever held the Shimano Corrado E series, I think, which was the green reels that everybody had. It feels just like that reel. I mean, it has the same quality, it has the same just solid aluminum frame in it, and it's just awesome. It's got the big power handle. I really love this reel. Can't say anything bad about it. And yeah, I have on here 10-pound fluorocarbon, which is, like I said, it's good for, I'm going to be using this mainly for finesse stuff, which this line is perfect for. I have a finesse jig on here right now. Might use it for top water when it comes a little bit warmer out. Right now it's freezing cold, so no top water around here. I'd just switch out the line to maybe mono or 30-pound braid, and it'd be a great top water rod and reel. So yeah, let's get on to the final rod and reel in my arsenal. And finally is the Fake Chrome by 13 Fishing. Great rod. I think it retails for $17.99. Also, this is the crankbait version of this rod. It's a 7.3, so It's totally long enough for any of those long casts you want to make. It's really a bomb rod. I think it's a medium. Actually, I don't think I know. It's a medium. And it's just, I love this rod. It's super sensitive for a crankbait rod, and I can't say anything bad about it. The reel I got on here is kind of a throwback. You have the Shimano Scorpion XT. This is the 1501 series, which is just the 1500 series in a left-hand model because I prefer to reel with my left hand. I think this is a sick reel. It's old. I think they came out in 2009, but if it says anything about Shimano quality, it's still going strong, and it's really just an awesome reel. It's in the 6:3-to-1 gear ratio. I'm going to be using this mainly for liftless crankbaits and spinner baits and shatter baits most likely. And yeah, I love it. I have 12-pound fluorocarbon on here, which is good for getting down to those depths you want to get to. And yeah, I have nothing bad to say about these rods and reels, so check it out. That's going to do it for my 2019 rod and reel arsenal. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more videos that involve my equipment and what I'm going to be using this season, or this bass fishing season. Yeah, I'm really looking in the comments, wanting to see what you guys want, and if you give me any tips, suggestions, just I'm all ears. I'm trying to grow this channel and do what you guys want to see. So if you have any comments or suggestions, definitely let me know. If you'd be so kind, leave me a like, comment, and possibly even subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, fish hard, learn more. See you next time.